So the saga continues with the OR15. Today we're going to be talking about the popping noises. Orange amps have basically poor quality control, I think, and this is made in China. So maybe if it was made in the UK, it wouldn't do this. But we're going to talk today about popping noises. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully demonstrate to you what it sounds like. I was going to return it. I did all the research. And what they're saying is that no matter what you do, these popping noises won't go away. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do that, I'm going to say this is just a t-shirt. I know it says flying an airplane and then it says my hobby. It's just a shirt. I actually hate flying. All right. So is this warmed up enough? So I'm going to put it in the 15 watt mode. That's when I hear it the most, 15 watt mode, going down to standby. So this is the power switch over here. What we have here is a switch where it's 7 watt, then you pop it to standby, and then you pop it to 15. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you why maybe you just have to live with it. Okay, so so I'm going to pop it to 15. So you should hear nothing. There should be no popping noise here. We're going to talk about okay? There's no popping noise. Oh, there's no volume. So the popping noise happens even when there's no volume. So I tested all of that, right? Even if I turn down the volume on the guitar and then I turn down the volume on this, the popping noise still happens. So it's independent of all this. So the standby, well, let me play a little bit. This is the first time I'm showing you the 15 watt mode, right? So it's a slightly different sound. It's a slightly different sound. Sometimes it's so loud that, it muffles. Basically what it is that in both the 7 watt and the 15 watt mode, you can only turn it up to about 1. In the 7 watt mode, you can probably go about 1.5 volume. Right? Here, it's about 1. This is probably about as loud as we can go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, let's talk about the standby switch, right? So what is standby there for? Standby is it's an old, we may not even need it today. I'm actually an electrical engineer. I have to repeat that for the new people, right? So standby is an old kind of convention, right? But supposedly modern amps don't need it, but it will save you tube life according to, the designers of Orange, right? So what it is that 15 watt, 7 watt, and then standby is in the middle. So when you're done playing, you should switch it to standby. So that is a lower plate voltage, and then that sort of cools it down a little bit, and then you're supposed to turn it off. So that's what it's there for. So if you watch Orange videos, some of the designers will even say that they follow that practice and that saves their tube because it's not abruptly cut off. So if I turn it off now, it'll abruptly cut off, and supposedly that's not good. Obviously, a lot of amps are like that. A lot of amps don't have standby. So it's a kind of a legacy feature that it's kind of a cute feature, right? So that's what it's coming from. So the popping noise happens. I should have demonstrated to you right away. So now I have to play again. So let's say that I just finished playing, and then I'm going to go to standby, right? So listen carefully. All right, it didn't happen. All right, okay. Earlier today it happened. I was hoping that it would happen so I could demonstrate it to you. So it's a loud popping noise, right? It's a loud popping noise, okay? Let's play around with it till it happens. See, this is that thing to where when the IT guy is in the room, right, you can't reproduce the error, right? Although I work in AI, but I'm just saying, right? When the IT guy is in the room, your computer works perfectly. And he's just like, well, I can't, if you can't recreate it, I can't help you. So that's what's going on here. I was really hoping I could show. All right, let's just play some more, I guess. Then we'll switch back to 15. Look how good it sounds. Listen to how good it sounds. The world today is such a wicked place. Fighting going on in the human race. People across the street are just calling dead. Well, people across the street are just fighting the dead. Oh yeah! So it sounds pretty good. I have to make sure this is right. Okay? So if I go to standby, you may hear something. Oh, there you go. You heard it, right? Not just the switch, but you heard the pop. That's what we're talking about. When you go from 15 down to standby, it's really, loud. It can be pretty loud. Like as if something's exploding or something, right? So now we're going to go to 15. Now when you go from standby to 7, standby to 15, you don't really hear it. But it's only when you go from, right, when it's working, down to standby. Now we're in the 15 watt. A politician's job, they say, is very hard. Oh, he has to choose who has to live or die. Cause they can put a man in the moon party. Or people across the street are just dying diseases. Yeah! So we're in C sharp, so it's a lot easier to sing this song. But I just keep it at C sharp because some of the songs that I write. Okay, let's go on standby. Let's see if we can hear it. Okay, it didn't do it. Oh shit. So that's weird. Earlier it did it, but you heard the pop, right? So it kind of comes and goes, I guess. So it was really loud last time from 15 to going by, and it just sort of happens. So according to my research, what it is that it's the switch right here. It's a three-way switch, right? Three-way toggle switch. So what's happening is that, like we talked about before, like transient currents, things like this. And then, it's actually, some people are suspecting it's actually arcing, right? The voltage is actually, arcing. So what arcing is that this is how, like, the old sci-fi, so basically if you have really high voltage and if you have two rods, right? So what can happen is that it can actually jump from here to here, just like lightning, right? It can actually jump from here to here, right? So a little bit of that is happening right at the terminal. Probably, 400 volts can be, so that's where the loud pop is coming from. Why it doesn't happen all the time, I don't know. I didn't design this amp, so I don't know. You know what I mean? So, but according to my research, what they're saying is that even if you get a new one, I have till August 12th to return it. I could make a stink about it and then just say, oh, wait, it's not working, take it back, send me a new one. But if it's going to be just like this, right, I don't know. So one of the things they're saying is that, let's go back up. All right, so one of the things they're saying is that when you're in the 15 watt mode, don't go to standby, just turn off the power. Then why have a standby anyway? Wasn't that supposed to save tube life, right? According to Orange. So why have it there anyway? So I don't know. I think you heard the pop one time, right? I don't know what else to play. Oh, and by the way, thank you for taking that poll. I know a couple of you guys took the poll. Almost everybody said Hill God was a better name. Nobody chose Zymeria. I don't know why. So I still have the handle. Luckily, I didn't change the handle for the YouTube channel. The only thing I changed is just the name of the channel. That can be changed anytime. The handle itself, once it's lost, it's lost. So I still have the handle Hill God. It's like, shit, I haven't visited this project in like a year and a half. So last January, I put out a song, which was The Mind Inside of Mind. So you can check that out too. It's on that channel. And then the last week, I put out a demo sound, right? Where I'm going to make that into a full song. That's called Cathedral of Sorrow. So for some reason, I changed it to Zymeria. Now I guess I'll just go back. So I'm just going to rename that channel. Like I said, I still own the handle. So I just have to rename it. You can rename the channel as many times as you want. So I'll just rename it. Right. Thank you for that input. See, sometimes you do need input from people, right? Things like that, it's like, I'm just like, I don't know. I would have thought somebody would have liked Zymeria. But I guess, to me, Zymeria was like a distant land or something, you know what I mean? Some kind of perfect for, stoner rock, perfect for this kind of stuff, right? So anyway. me see if it does it now. It's not going to do it. That's so fucking crazy, right? Exactly what I started with, right? When the IT guy's in the room, it's not going to do it. But earlier, just like an hour ago, I heard a loud pop when I did that. When I went from 15 to, standby, right? So anyway, okay, well, we can't recreate it now. Maybe it's only when you first turn the amp on. Anyway, all right then. Well, I'm not going to try to recreate it again. Let's go back to 7 watt. You see the volume difference is not that much? It's a little bit, but it's not. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm going to keep it then. If all of these amps do this, there's nothing we can do. But it sounds so good, though. You know what I tried to do? I got a Laney 5 watt amp, and then I put a rat pedal in front of it. I tried to get this kind of sound. So, I tried to dial that kind of sound in with a lot of presence. Let me turn it down even a little bit more. That's a good volume right there. That kind of, presence, which has a lot of mids in there, but it's kind of rounded out. Remember I was saying yesterday that you could do this, right, in a normal guitar? Obviously you can, but it's hard for me to explain what I'm feeling right here, because what I'm saying is that that's a lot easier here, and then it has a lot more sustain and the tone rings out. So if I try to do it in a normal amp, of course you can do this, but it just sounds a lot better here. That was my point with that. Okay, that sounds good. So anyway, I tried to dial this in from like a Laney, right? And then a rat. I just couldn't do it. You get that similar kind of ballpark kind of, fuzz tone, right? But this is just the quality. You're paying for the $800, right? There's no way that you can't, right? You're paying for this quality. There's no way that it can be reproduced. So. Those are all Tony Iommi, guitar licks. So anyway, that's the thing here. Is the verdict here is that the popping noise, from my research, it seems that that's just that they call it, it's an OR15 thing. To me, that's kind of a stupid excuse. But then it's just the design of this three-way toggle isn't as good. So something's discharging when you go, when you make this kind of stuff. Right? Something's discharging. It's not happening now. But something's discharging. I put it on standby. So I guess if you can live with it, it just sounds too good. If this was an isolated thing, I would return it. But then it's like, if I were to return it, I'd have to wait another week for it to come, right? So anyway, this video has just been about the popping noise if you've experienced it. and I also demoed the 15 watt mode. So I will put out that Hill God song, I think, and then yeah, it's pretty encouraging to play like this because you just get that nice full sound, right? You just get that nice full sound.